Okay, so guys, this episode for me is, I'll say, one of my most exciting, and I'm pretty sure you'd understand why. I have someone who, you'd only imagine a conversation with him, but you never really know like these things are possible. And how this whole thing came to happen today, I'll tell you the whole story much later. But guys, I'm excited to have Ramsey Nouah with me here on this journey. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Should I refer to you as your name, Maiwa? Or
Maiwa.
Okay, perfect.
Maiwa.
So
Yeah.
it's not like this is like a stage name kind of stuff.
Oh no, not at all.
The name of the podcast or something. So
Not
what's the
at
name
all.
of the podcast?
So the podcast is called Gear One. So,
Gear One,
yeah,
right.
I'll tell you how it came about. So I was speaking to a friend, and we're sharing our journey about how we moved to Lagos. For
Okay.
me, it was like I remember going to the transport company that morning, and I came by road. So all through that journey, I was playing Timmy Dakolo's "Wish Me Well."
Okay.
For me, Lagos was like land of opportunity. Like, bro, once you enter this Lagos, you must make a move.
Where are you coming from?
Port Harcourt.
Oh wow.
So I'm a PH boy. So my friend was now telling me how
Momsi is Maiwa or Momsi?
they're both Yoruba
Okay.
Yeah.
You were born and bred
in Port Harcourt, yeah. So my friend now told me her own story about how she moved to Lagos. First, she ran out of the house, went to sleep at the park just to come to Lagos.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, a lady. So at the time she
That's
moved to
gangster,
Lagos,
man.
at the time she moved to Lagos, she had a friend she was supposed to stay with. Started calling her friend when she arrived in Lagos for 3 weeks. Her friend didn't pick up.
Exercise me straight up.
So there was a guy she was they were chatting on To Go or something at the time, or Facebook. So she decided to call the guy up, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, she can come, but his house, he doesn't stay alone. He stays with his friends." She was like, "It's just a night." She ended up staying there for 1 year. Her friend never picked up her call, and they were staying, I think, like 4 other guys in the house, and she stayed with them for 1 whole year before she could like get somewhere to stay or make friends and stuff like that. So for me, it felt like, what is the big deal in Lagos that makes people want to live wherever they are, move to Lagos? People just believe that Lagos is like the land of opportunities, greener pasture, as they say, and all of that. And that's really what inspired this conversation. Okay. So I thought, you know what? Let's find out from everybody, or as many people as possible, how they moved to Lagos, if they did move to Lagos, or how like their journey has been in Lagos. So that's basically it. So did you move to Lagos, or were you always in Lagos?
No. I was born and bred.
In Lagos? What part of Lagos?
Yes. Surulere. Okay, well, not Surulere starts as born, as in, I think I was born somewhere in Costain, somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I grew up in Surulere predominantly. So the whole of Ojuelegba, Clegg, yeah, family house in Clegg, Tejosho.
Yeah. That's so interesting. So
and
you're a
all
mainland
that,
boy?
like, yeah, I'm a mainland boy, like, predominantly.
And I don't think you stay on the island now.
No, I don't. I'm still there. I'm still in Surulere.
Is there a particular reason?
I think I'm just not a man who's used to changes. Like, I don't adapt to changes like that as such.
Right.
I don't adapt to changes as such. I'm more of like, when I'm comfortable where I am, I'm just comfortable.
You just stay there.
Yeah, just stay. So, yes. So that's probably the reason why.
Okay. Calm. Now you're one person who, in my words, I'll say started local and now you're global. Okay. Would you say Lagos, being in Lagos, played a role, or could you have done this from anywhere in Nigeria?
Well, when you think about my career as an actor back home, of course, the career went global from the moment we started to do VHS, and VHS was moving or permeating through the typical Alaba market or Idumota market at the time,
right,
into all the neighboring countries that we share, like the Ghana, the Togo, and then it moved all the way to the Francophone countries, which is East Africa, East Coast, and all the way down. Yeah, through that, gradually, it was growing, and also you talk about the Nigerians in diaspora around the world.
Right.
When most times they usually come home for Christmas, and then they will take their VHS of their local our local content, and they take it back home to show to other people, and then it became, sort of like a global market to buy VHS of local content around the world in different places for the diasporans, and that's how it went global. So, if you ask me that, yeah, basically that started off in Lagos. So you could say Lagos was part of that,
Right.
what kickstarted that also, if you think about it back then, soap operas, the major soap operas that were being done at the time, like the major ones, all those majors, if I don't know if you know them, they're called Checkmates,
I know Checkmates.
Behind the Clouds,
Yeah,
Ripples,
I know Ripple.
and then I was in Fortunes. In Fortunes, it was all here in Lagos.
Right.
Like it's Behind the Clouds that I'm not very certain if it was like I think that was Joss or something.
Okay.
There's a particular one that was Joss Orient, I think. But anyways, most of them are here. They were dominant in Lagos.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you could say Lagos was a factor. Lagos has always been the bedrock of entertainment for Nigeria.
For Nigeria.
Yes.
So would you say that Lagos indeed is a land of opportunities? So this is like judging by your journey.
It is, absolutely. You look at it, just look around you. Socially, economically, everything. Lagos is almost like a no man's land.
Mm.
So Lagos is a cocktail of virtually everybody from Nigeria.
Right.
And everybody seems to have a dominant place where they do their business or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Igbos dominating the Alaba markets and some part of the Idumoses and everything. And then you have the Hausas dominating some part of the market too. Likewise, the Yorubas dominating some part. So it's like everybody all here, and it's if you find your way, if you know your way around, yeah, you'll be successful. That's what it is. Bottom line.
So there's this popular phrase in church where they say, don't let your background keep your back on the ground. It sounds like a rhyme, but I have a question of that. So you grew up in Surulere, Costain.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look like the future which we experience now, right? It didn't look possible. I'm sure a lot of things then, or where you are now, didn't look possible at the time.
No.
Yeah. So how are you able to? Because now I'm thinking, if I'm here now and I'm thinking the next 10 years, I'm also thinking like, are these things even possible? Which is why you find people who want to leave Nigeria, move to the US, move to the UK, move to Canada.
Yeah.
Right. How were you able to, I don't know if I should say foresee this day or stay grounded? What made you stay put and just continue grinding?
That's difficult to say. I mean, there are several times. Life generally is a gamble. Like the whole earth, it's a play scene, something about Lagos is not just the fact that it's the fact that Lagos is a land of like riches and wealth and you can get it and all of that,
Yeah.
doesn't mean like it's right there waiting for you just to come grab it.
Right.
You can grab it, but you learn life's lesson in the process.
I agree.
So it's not smooth. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly of life generally, which is why surviving in Lagos means that you can survive anywhere in the world.
Is that for a fact?
It feels like it though.
Okay.
I mean, I've not been in other parts of the world to know exactly,
Yeah.
but I just know that, okay, what I've learned in Lagos, I mean, if I take it elsewhere, trust me, I'm 50% I'm secured.
Right.
At least I know I'm 50% secured. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know with that anywhere around the world. That's why the reason why Nigerians move out easily, quickly and all of that is because what they've learned here, they know, they've seen life to the point that, and when they get there, they do survive and they break even. Everything is about orientation. It's about your background and where you started from. So you must give kudos to the background. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what made you strong, actually.
Exactly. It's no
That
bed
makes
of
sense.
roses here in Lagos. I agree. No bed of roses. But one thing is certain. It keeps you on your toes. And if it keeps you on your toes, that means you would definitely be able to find your way around.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, have you always been an actor at the start of your career? Or at the start of, I don't know what school was like, but let's say after school,
Yeah.
did you start out as an actor?
Yeah.
So your first career
yes,
has been an actor?
Yeah. So I remember I was looking for my GC money exams. That was why they said there was easy money in filmmaking at the time in Nigeria. If you're not, if you don't have school cert or at least minimum of school cert, you can't get a job. you couldn't get anything. So for you to get a flow of income, you have to have some form of educational background, And I mean, I was just looking for school start money, and that's how I dabbled into filmmaking. You know, at the time.
That's really interesting. Because so the reason I asked the question was a lot of times, and a lot of people I've spoken to, it's always like you have to find a way to evolve from time to time. So some persons come into Lagos with the hope that look, in 5 years I should be this person, I should be able to earn this figure, I should be able to afford this. But then the career you thought would give you that is probably not even what they are doing now. Some persons have switched like 4 or 5 career path, and here you are, you've done just one thing.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in this one thing, which is filmmaking, you've also transitioned.
Yeah.
So can you share like some of those moments?
Well, like I mentioned about Lagos having the good, bad, and the ugly.
Ugly, right?
It's the same thing that I went through. So it wasn't all rosy, you know. And my career as an actor wasn't because I felt that I could act really. I wanted money for, but then when I got involved in it, when I got into it, I was like so passionate about it. I loved it. I loved the art,
Right.
you know, and I enjoyed it.
Right.
So it wasn't about what I was going to get from it or what I was getting from it really. It was just more about how can I make it better. So over the years, there were times when it started paying off so well that I was like, whoa, I didn't even expect it. All the while when we're doing VHS and everything, to VCDs, to DVDs, it paid really good back then, you know. We're earning so damn well. Like, I didn't think that it was going to get that, you know, good.
Right.
But here's the thing for me. As much as the inflow was good, there was something about our output and content that I felt like could be a whole lot better, you know. And they weren't getting that, you know. And that's the reason why, after a couple of years, I was one of the radicals who said, you know what, I'm going to take the bull by the horn and do something big somehow, one day or another, you know, no matter the cost or the consequence.
Right.
So, yeah.
So was that the reason? So me thinking about it, so I'll describe this as what I call valley moments, and I'll explain. So a lot of times people believe, which I think is sort of like part of life, there comes a time when it's like nothing is happening. Even as actors, there's like a phase where maybe no director is calling you for productions, no producer is calling you for productions. And I know there was a time when it felt like we weren't seeing Ramsey in any production. Was that what happened? And what was happening in that moment? Like, how were you handling that phase?
There were times when, yeah, the inflow was bad, was poor. And when that happened, of course, in fact, I can't recall exactly. Recall exactly whether, you know, there was a time when the inflow was bad. The inflow was very, very good. Most of the time.
It has always been good.
It's always been good. It's just, I'll be the one to decide if I wanted to, you know, take a job or not.
Wow.
But there was a time when a few of some of the actors were blacklisted sometime around mid 2000.
Right.
Yeah, there was a 1 year of that, and that took a toll on me strongly, you know, because there was no inflow. Everything was, and that was when I decided that, you know what, I think it's time we started looking to alternative film distribution and filmmaking. That's when, because I didn't understand the reason why the blacklist was done.
Right.
They didn't give like any good cogent reason at the time.
It wasn't because some persons were being overpaid, in their opinion.
That's part of it. There were some of the reasons, which of course wasn't strong enough for the blacklist. To me, it could have been like, just avoid the person.
Exactly. You don't have to use them.
You don't have to use them. You know, instead of just forcing everybody not to, you know, that they can't do anything. You know, and that was just a marker for me. Like, okay, you know what? It's time we start looking for alternative market. And I started pushing the agenda at the time. And then came the advent of cinema.
Right.
Cinema started coming in slowly. That was when I did the first film with Kunle Afolayan, Figurine.
Figurine.
That went, in 2009. We shot 2008 and went cinema 2009, and that opened the cinema doors. And then by 2013, um, it was a blockbuster with AY, 30 Days in Atlanta.
30 Days in Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah. And that's been the journey, of the flow. But I wasn't that okay. There was a downtime where the producers wouldn't call you. It's either they couldn't afford to, or it was a choice of maybe I wasn't feeling the character or feeling the story or something.
Right. Okay. Because we'll soon get to your destination, so I'll just take this quickly.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
If you want to share with someone who is looking to move to Lagos, right, what would you say is a hack for, I would use the word succeeding in Lagos?
There's no format, honestly. There's no hack. There's no there isn't. I can't picture anything that will say, oh, there is a formula, to some form of success in Nigeria. I mean, Lagos. No. What I know is it's all about your hustle and it's all about your passion. First things first, I always say to people, like, no matter how bad whatever it is you want to dabble into is, right? As long as you're passionate about it, it becomes a sure banker in the end. I even say to people, like, just imagine that you're a waste disposal person, or you want to go to waste disposal business. Like, you want to start taking out the trash. Right? Once you are good at it, maybe every time you pick out someone's trash to clean, you clean the place up so damn well that anybody that comes like say, oh, this guy, Dekunle's waste disposal is the best when it comes to cleaning. Because you're good at it, and because you do it because you love to do it, it will pay off in the end. Okay.
Oh, just 1 second. So now I hear you speak about passion, right? So in a situation where, because this is like the reality of so many young creatives, in a situation where your passion cannot pay the bills, what do you do?
Now that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. So you need to consider a couple of things. Economically, is Niger like sustainable in so many ways with some things? Very importantly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You look at the ups and downs of whatever it is you want to get involved in, and weigh your options.
Right.
And your passion will still be there, but if you can dabble into other things that might keep a good inflow, then do it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
The good thing about entertainment, for instance, where I am, is that it has room
for you to try other things.
Yeah, it doesn't cramp you. It doesn't say, oh, you have to come to work 5 times a week, from 7 to 6 p.m. No, it doesn't give you that. It's more like contractual. You're working on some project. The project is done. It's that you're moving on to the next project immediately, or you have a freedom of doing something that you want to do in between. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it gives you some room and leverage. But that's if your passion is hard to pull things through, you can still keep a passion and find other means to survive. Keep it in the sense that keep working on it still while you find other means to survive. That's all I can say. Okay. I had one passion. My passion was film, acting, and all of that. And even when it didn't pay, even when it wasn't doing so well, I was still there because I loved it.
Right. So again, and I'm asking this question because of creatives in Lagos, right? Because a lot of people believe that once you're in Lagos, there are a lot of things you can do. Why do one thing when you can do so much more? Do you agree, or do you believe that a jack of all trades is a master of none? So because people say you just have to focus on one thing, right? Do you agree to focus on that one thing till it clicks, or why don't you just spread your net and see which one is gonna pull through.
A jack of all trades, a master of none. Are you know, these sayings that we used to have back in the days, with the different generations, they've changed.
So valid.
Those things don't really play out as you would expect. Those sayings that we normally used to use, they don't play out as you'd expect anymore these days. I mean, look at Elon Musk. He's in so many things, and he's a master of a couple of them already.
Right.
So, what do you say about that?
Right.
Most of the great people, Warren Buffett, he's in different other big people that you know.
Dangote.
Yeah, they're in so many things, and they mastered it so well. So,
But most of these people are also known for one thing first.
Before they dabble into the others.
Right. Or at least they are most popular for one thing.
Okay, like what, Dangote Cement?
Yeah.
Before he went to Dangote Sugar.
And before he started doing oil business.
Yeah.
So it feels like we could say he's focused.
He mastered one before
he decided to.
Yeah, but even at that, it still means that just saying that a master of none, you could be a master of one and business and so many other things. Yeah,
right.
It could still happen. So it would work. It really completely works if you ask me about being a master of none, a jack of all trade, but a master of none. Yes, but even at that, what's the inflow like for you? Is it good? Is it sustainable? Then that should pass the message. Don't you agree?
I completely agree.
Yeah, you don't need to be the master of all.
Right.
The ones that you're working on, is it good for you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you enjoying what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it are you passionate about one or two or three or four of them or something? You know what I'm saying?
Or is it profitable?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
right.
if it's working for you,
right.
Then it's fine. I think that those are the things that you should look at. Those are the indications for you to determine if you would want to do those things that you're involved in. These things, they vary. The truth about life generally is that it's not like, a pivot of this is it and nothing else. We've come to realize, okay, when you look at them, people talk about the religious guys, they'll talk about miracles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, miracles are what? You get it almost feels like a fluke in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people fall into flukes.
True.
And it works for them.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you should pray for flukes.
Right.
You can work your way into it and make it happen. But the truth about it is that there is no particular formula to great success as such. It is you dabble into things and then you find your way around them and see how it works, and then you know how to. You just have to get into the field to play the ball.
True.
So you play the ball and you find out how to make the goals, right? Yeah, this guy is going to block me. That defender, this midfielder is going to give me problems. So I'm going to boycott him. I'll pass this guy so that I can retrieve the pass in front and then go on them. You have to find it's a playing field, the world. So it's not just about Lagos. It's about life generally. Life is a playing field. So let nobody tell you, because it worked for me like this, it's going to work for you like that.
So there are no templates.
Formula. No, there are no templates to it.
Right.
Because my style of dribble in the field may not be your style of dribble.
So true.
So you just need to get in the field and then learn. Yeah. Even if I took you under my arms, right? And I say, okay, come. And I show you, for instance, now, as a filmmaker right now, and I get you involved, you want to learn how to do films, and probably you come under me and we're working. Now, when I shoot, maybe my strength as a director is, let's assume my genre is thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your strength can be like horror.
So true.
Maybe your strength can be action,
True.
Or comedy. You just never know what the genre might fall in, where you find your own passion or something. So my formula might just guide you, but when you get to the field of play, you will have to find your way around it.
That's so true. This is like a mentoring session.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah.
Final question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's a God factor to succeeding, quote unquote, in Lagos?
God factor.
Yeah.
Are you angling towards religion?
I mean, whatever that God factor is for you. Maybe religion, because some persons would
Maybe
say
juju.
maybe the universe just decides to smile on you, or spirituality, as you might call it.
The truth about it is like individually, your belief sets you free. It's what guides you. You believe strongly in something, and that thing you believe in,
Right.
no matter what it is, most times they come to play. They come to the field of play, and then before now, our great grandfathers, they had what they believed in, and it used to work.
And life
for
was
them.
good for them.
I don't know about life being good, but I know that it worked for them. At least they existed, and they lived, right? Yeah, and that's the whole idea for me. So, of course, I know that life is good for them. But I don't want to make it seem as if because of their belief at the time made life good for them. I mean, generally, my opinion is whatever your standpoint is, whatever your faith is, whatever your belief is, it would work for you.
Right.
As a being, you're an entity that already has inbuilt how do I call it now? You already come with spirituality that the words of your mouth are strong enough, to make things happen, depending on how you feel it and how you want to execute it. So if you strongly hold on to something that you believe that I'll succeed, that I can make this happen. So whether it's going to take the God I serve that will give me the mentality for me to execute that work, I will do it. But now you're already challenging yourself, but you're not dependent totally on
right.
But you're already challenging your own being, your spiritual being, or whatever it is, the entity that you stand, that you are going to break that barrier and you're going to make it work. And that's it for me. For me, I always tell people like, you are a spiritual entity as you stand, and whatever you command for yourself is what you will get, be it negative or positive. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just strongly believe in it. If you come and you say, Omo, Lagos, so I gonna make ham, right? And you come into Lagos, and because you're seeing a whole lot of problems, people are, difficulties here and there, stumbling blocks, you now get deflated and you leave. That's your choice. That's on you.
Right.
But if you face it headlong, then you say, well, for every time I find a stumbling block, that's my challenge to know that there is a greater one ahead of me. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's about perception.
And you take it and you go. You make it happen.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Ramsey.
Thanks.
I do not take it for granted at all.
It's really nice talking about this to myself. I enjoyed it. So, the title of the podcast,
Gear One.
Gear One. I couldn't get it when you tried to explain to me why Gear One in the first place. You went into coming into Lagos, Gear One. Well, Gear One to me is like cars, like Top Gear. Gear One.
Yeah. So how I thought about it was the start of a journey. So people come to Lagos to start something, and if you want to start a car, like the first
Gear One,
I see. Gear One.
Okay,
and then it's happening in the car.
So basically, it just means like the typical saying, talking about the sayings now, your first step, right?
Exactly.
I got you.
Yeah. And since it's happening in the car, I just felt like, okay, well, Gear One.
Yeah, Gear One. That's nice. Cool. So Gear One was from PH to Lagos.
To Lagos, yeah.
So what gear are you in now? 2, 3, 4, 5,
this is like
6?
3.
Oh, 3. That's
nice. Yeah, because I did radio when I moved to Lagos, and after then, Gear 2 was acting. Gear 3 now is producing.
Awesome. And what gear are you going to?
I don't know yet.
Is it saloon sedan gears or those big trailers that have 18 gears, 20 something gears?
I don't know yet, but I mean, cause like meeting. So let me put it this way: producing has made me realize more about myself. So I feel like I'm going to be around this space for a longer time and maybe just grow bigger from here rather than trying to branch into many other things you get. So, because I mean, meeting Mr. Chris, and then 1 year in the industry and I know what I've been able to do. I didn't even do it in my 7 years on radio. So like it's like, okay, there's something here. And just like you said, if you believe you can do something in somewhere, like it's just gonna happen. So
if you're very confident about it, then
yeah,
I mean, sky's your limit. That's the truth.
I strongly believe there's something here.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people do not have the tenacity to actually hold on in the entertainment industry. So it's all about the tenacity. Even all the people that you see today that are doing so freaking well. I'm talking about the music industry, for instance, like the likes of Davido, Wizkid,
Burner,
Two-Face, Burna Boy, all those big names that and then Asake,
right.
If they tell you where they're coming from and how far it took them before they got to where they are, you'll be like, really?
I saw a post one time where Asake was backup singer for Shaggy, and I'm like, at some point he was a dancer. I think he was even an actor at some point because he studied theater arts, and I'm like, so you've done so many things, and then now it's all coming together. Because when you see him perform, you see the elements of all of this person he has been when he's performing on stage.
Yeah, I remember very vividly. I was still Tadeo Gidan, and we finished Dangerous Twins at the time, 2004, 5, I can't remember very vividly. And Daddy Tadeo wanted to do some like musicals, some songs he wanted to use in one film, one Yoruba film that he did. So he wanted me to do one of the tracks, and I did.
You sang in it?
Yes, I sang it. Ayele.
Oh, I remember Ayele.
Yeah, and then one of the boys in the backup dancers, one Deco. And he was skinny as hell. So
wow.
I'm like, yeah, this is before he even blew up or anything, He even played one of his songs for me at the time, which became a hit
More Hits.
Yeah, at the time. He played it for me at the time that he's into singing like he sings, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And before you know, a couple of just like 2 years or so down the road from that moment, he blew up. But before then, he had always been in the background, probably doing a whole lot of things that nobody knew of, So when you hear a lot of people and where they're coming from, you'll be like, seriously? Because you see people just there, like they're all big all of a sudden. It seems like, life just smiled on this one.
Yeah,
the universe just smiled.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, of nowhere. You wouldn't know, like, oh my God, this guy has been there like forever.
That's so true.
Look at Neo now, for instance. Neo had lots of big stars singing all his lyrics at the time. Neo used to write lots of lyrics for people, and people didn't know him until he came out and he said, I'm so sick of love song. And that was like the hits for him, and then he became a singer too. Like nobody knew him. He had written for R. Kelly, written for Michael Jackson, written for Celine Dion. He's written for so many people. A lot of people have sang his lyrics and nobody knew him. Several years before he finally came out. I mean, that's not to say that's the story. Sorry. And that's not to say that's the story of virtually everybody. Like everybody. Some people can get a fluke. They can just do one thing today and then they're stars the next day. It happens. It's not as if it doesn't. But
sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah, sometimes. In fact, most times it takes a while. And that one that takes a while is the one that now has longevity.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when you come and you just get a fluke, it's usually hard to sustain that. It's always very hard. But when you know your background, where you're coming from, you already have a good experience. So when you get to that point, you know how to handle it. You know the ingredients that you use to maintain being on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and then you've built a personality as well.
Yes.
There's a conversation I had with Gideon on one of the episodes, and we're talking about fake life in the entertainment industry, where people think that
fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you, exactly what I said. Where people feel like you have to drive a certain car, you have to dress a certain way for you to be able to get gigs. And I mean, people now put it this way, it's show business, so you have to show them to be in business.
Yes,
it makes sense when it sounds that way, but I don't want to look rich while going broke.
So that's been the unfortunate downside of that that saying, fake it till you make it. There's a downside to virtually everything.
True.
It works for some people. Some people get to the point where they can't really cope. Boropose and all of those things comes to play, and sometimes you get your first hit and you go and get loud stuff just to show that you have arrived, but you cannot keep up.
Move to the island.
Yeah, some people buy Range Rovers and they don't have money to buy fuel in it.
Hey God.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those things they add up. It's entirely up to you if you want to toe the line. I've always believed strongly in content and what I have rather than what I look like. I think maybe because for a long time running, I am kind of like flashy, maybe because I'm mixed blood. So I stand out all the time in places. So because I stand out, I don't need
you don't
extra
feel to do more.
Yeah, to do any more. I don't feel like I need it.
Right.
So maybe that's my own advantage why I don't like show-offs or whatever, or I'm also that okay, I have big cars or I have big stuff or I'm wealthy by what you see. I feel like when I talk to people that matters, you can tell that I'm wealthy by conversation alone, by interaction. You can tell that this guy's got a whole lot of wealth. It's not physical, not material.
Yeah.
It's mental, like a lot of mental wealth, like that you've got that wisdom and all of those things about life and understanding life and people and how to deal with people, how to coexist, how to live amongst people and things like that. They're a whole lot better than the material things that you see. I can easily walk into any place that you want.
I saw that happen today.
And then I would exist. Like for instance, I can walk into the Queen's Palace not the King's Palace, the Buckingham Palace in London, and I would comfortably communicate. And I'll comfortably, be able to interact with them. I can go down all the way to Mushin or Ajegule or something, and I'll interact with all the low class and low end. So that's life. That's wealth already. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a lot of wealth. I'm not intimidated by, personalities, looks, or anything, because over the years, by experience, I've accumulated a lot, in the process to know how to coexist amongst them. That's wealthy than wanting to show off that I'm driving in and coming in a Bugatti or a Ferrari. Those things to me, they are toys. They're toys that you play with for men, not show off. Yeah, I like my cars to be my toys. I like my cars to be my toys rather than to show off that I'm a big boy.
Oh, I can afford this.
No, I can afford this. No, I think there are some things like there are so many, and when you think about it too, there's so many. When you see the rich and the wealthy, they don't really need to show off.
Yeah.
You notice they don't.
Actually.
They wouldn't do anything extra because they've seen it, they've been there, they've done that. So it's nothing extra to them. Yeah. So also, I think the mentality of judging someone because of
how they look,
profiling is also not a good way of addressing issues or looking at issues. For instance, yes, here's the thing. You want to come here and you say you are let's assume you say you are an architect and you want to build a house for me, and let's assume that I'm a rich man and I want to build some big structure, some multi-million-dollar structure, and then you're supposed to be the architect and you walk in there in tattered shoes and trousers and everything and come in some Corolla kind of like vehicle, right? Yes, that's a turn off to start with.
Because I'll be thinking, can you handle the amount?
Can you handle, like, have you ever done a project of this magnitude? It's going to be a problem if you've not, right?
That makes sense.
But hey, can we see what this guy can do?
Or what he has done
Do you
before.
have any work that you've done, anything that you've done before? Can you table it and let's see? And then you look at the work, and the work is like really brilliant. And in your mind, a man who has the the money of, let's say, multi-million-dollar empire that wants to build an empire or something that has that kind of flow, you should have wisdom to know who is good for you or who can do something for you or who can't.
Right.
You should.
Right.
You should have the wisdom that, okay, this person can do it or this person can't do it. So when you look at things, I really don't judge people by outlooks. I usually talk. That's the reason why it's always very important to communicate with people. In communication, you can tell, you can grasp a few couple of things on what what you can observe about people. That's what I do. I like to hear people speak, talk, communicate, and feel that person and understand that person. That's how I actually do my thing.
Thank you so much. This episode turned out to be even way longer than I thought it would be.
I know, right? But it's good. I mean,
I think it will be my favorite episode.
After you cut, it's like, oh wow, life's lesson, guys. Life's lesson. LL.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Also, just hold on to your belief. We spoke about belief. We spoke about a few things. I wish I could subtitle it. I mean, sorry.
Headline.
Yeah.
Highlights.
Right. The headlines of what we talked about, and but importantly, I noticed, like, based on the title of the podcast, which is of course your journey, right, from PH to Lagos, and the journey of a whole lot of people, youths and everybody coming in thinking that Lagos is like the where the grass is greener kind of stuff. Like, the first important message to take home is your belief can set you free in everything that you want to do. Just believe strongly, especially when you know it's clean-hearted. When you know that, okay, you're going for genuine stuff. You're not going to hurt anybody. You're not going to take somebody else's blood, sweat or tears or something. You just want to find a way how to, survive or make it happen, bro. As long as it's positive energy, and you believe in your positive energy, that fuck 'em. I have this friend of mine. What I love about this dude is he has this attitude, like, I learned that from him. He has this attitude, like, say, oh, Dangote did you. Dangote, we go greet her now. We go talk to him, ask him about something like, how I want to pass up. Hey, say me, I greet him, say me, tell him, say we won't do contract, we won't supply him something for his sugar. You just sit down with him, you just go at him, tell him, say, what are you now? I thought you could just say no now.
Right.
No, go enter. Hey now, no go. He had the attitude of saying, believing that there is nothing that the worst that can happen is
say no. And that's so true.
That's the worst that can happen. So now, I used to have phobia for being rejected or refused.
That's a lie.
I didn't like a situation where I'm like, I want to ask or make a request. And then I have this at the back of my mind that the person will turn you down, the person will just shun you off or something. That will make me not move. And that's
without even trying.
Without trying. And that's something that a lot of us go through. A lot of everybody goes through. A lot of everybody. So the truth about life is that never worry about the no's or the negatives of anything in life. No, that should not be your downfall. It shouldn't. Always give it a shot. Just believe, say, maximum we go say no. You didn't say no, I go another place.
So true.
So if you believe strongly in yourself, and it's all about a positive life and everything, what is your fear? What did they fear you to go start out to Adenuga, Otedola, Dangote, any of the big boys like of, like, I want this or I want to do that. What is scared? Maximum the person who can say, I don't laugh and say, this guy must be a joker. Work out on you. That's the least you're going to get. Then tomorrow, when you make it big, and you now see the person somewhere in some place. You remember we met like 5-10 years ago, and I asked you about this. Like, really? That was you? Yes, sir. It's me.
And that gives you more credibility.
You get what I'm saying? So, the bottom line is, why fear? Why would you just be scared? Because I had to push fear behind me. In fact, let me even tell you, because of my name, Ramsey Nouah, you assume that it will open all doors.
Right.
Yeah, which it does, to the glory of God. It does in so many ways. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
There are places where even your name will not even help you anywhere. Even your name, there are things that it won't work. And then you have to find other means and other ways. So I've gone to certain places and all of those stuff, and I'll ask for stuff, and they will turn me down.
And they know it's you.
Of course, they know it's me. Now, sometimes the people who turn you down are not probably the owners or something, maybe more like a caretaker. And of course, they'll work on the
Instructions, true.
And somewhere along the line, that I'll go and say, fine, no, it's okay. Thanks for your time. And I go somewhere else, and I'm asking, and I'm wanting to get the same thing and all of that. I say, this person has the same thing. Oh, I've been there. They said it all. Really? We call the owner. Like, oh, it's Ramsey. Sure, go take it. So, because they turned me down, am I hating? I'm looking for other ways to make it happen.
Get it done. Yeah.
And then for some reason, I'm still
Comes back
to the
again.
same place. Then I like, oh, yeah, sure, why not? So, life is all about not getting burnt out because you get no's or something. No. Because no's is bound to happen. People are bound to tell you, go work.
We know if you do them.
We know if you do them. And that's one thing I don't even like, even as a filmmaker. I don't like to use what I'm saying.
It's impossible.
I say it's impossible. I hate that word. Say something is impossible. Never. I don't think there's anything impossible. And you see these white guys in Hollywood, everything, you look at what they do, you can tell that, yeah, hell no, there's nothing impossible. Nothing is impossible. So I've come to learn that if I visualize it, I want to achieve it, I can make it happen. Yeah. What's his name? Avatar director, James Cameron.
Yeah.
How long it took him to shoot Avatar? He already had Avatar script when he was shooting Terminator.
And he just had to wait.
That's like 20 years or something. Or how many years away, Even when was he Terminator or Titanic? When he was he already had Avatar. I think it was Titanic or something.
Wow.
While he was shooting Titanic, he already had Avatar at the time. He had to wait for him to be able to get that perfect idea in his head, what he was imagining the human beings, how they would look like. Your avatar, what Avatar stood like for him to CGI create those things. He had to wait for how many years? They had to build cameras for him to shoot. Do you know what that means? That means forget it. If you can visualize it, man, you can make it happen. It's not. So when I meet people who say, it can't happen, no. There was one, a quick one, last one too. Tom Cruise was doing a stunt, and when he does this crazy stunt, and everybody knows that he does his own stunt. So he said, I think it was Matt Damon that was even giving this story about Tom Cruise. He said, Tom said to him that he went to meet the stunt guy, and he said that this is the stunt that he wanted to do for this scene and everything and all of that. And the stunt guy said to him, oh no, that cannot happen. We can achieve that.
From the stunts guy.
From stunt guy.
Who's supposed to be the professional.
The stunt guy was telling Tom Cruise that we can't do that. That's not, we won't be able to do that. We're sorry. And then Matt said, hey, then what did you do? Tom said, well, I went to meet another stunt guy. I got another stunt guy instead.
Wow.
And he made it happen.
Right.
So when this other one says it can't happen, no worry.
Someone else will do it.
Keep up. He went to meet another stunt guy, got another stunt guy to work with him, and that one, they now made it happen. So never ever say we can't. Look at the indices, look at the fallbacks and everything. Do it several times. Do you know how long it took them to get to space?
Right.
Now they're not flying to space as if we are flying from Lagos to London. All right.
Thank you so much.
See the life thing, yeah. It's all about understanding, bro.